I know you wanna kiss me.
Sound hooks, I'm the littest one. Just sent your wifey 5 a text. So fresh and so clean. I keep it viewed on that Don Julio.
Cause I be eating weed.
Guys, welcome back to season 2 of Pretty Purr Potent. It's your boy Tyson. As y'all can see on the camera, I'm pretty potent. So at any rate, welcome back to season 2, y'all. I wanted to bring this back for a couple of reasons. For one, I think doing the show was kind of therapeutic for me. You know, when I'm high, I'm a bit more vulnerable than usual. And, you know, make no mistake, anything that I'm saying is stuff that's like, you know, I've processed probably months ago, years ago, whatever. I'm not a person that takes raw vulnerability to the internet. Like, you know, like when I say raw, what I mean is like something that I just started feeling. Like, it's going to take me a while to process that. And then when I get to a point to where I'm confident enough to say it out loud, then, you know, it is what it is. And I think it's important to get to that point before you just go acting like the internet's your diary. Because once you post something, it's forever. Yeah. Sorry, y'all, if I dart off. There's, I think, a fly caught on one of the traps that I have set up. Thank you to the bitch in our complex who is feeding the stray cats who stink and are shitting everywhere, so they're attracting flies. Thank you so much for your contribution. Don't know why you couldn't just bring the fucking stray cat in your house if you wanted to help so bad, but okay. So at any rate, off that, I also wanted to give it more of a chance. I don't think I was being realistic with where I'm at social media wise to just, let me just put this one season out and then go, you know. And I had some heat before, and I had some many viral moments. Let me be real, not viral, but many viral moments, you know. A bunch of likes on Twitter, let me stop. But not for real. I'm even when, like, for how stagnant my content and music has been, like, I'm thankful that I still get the love that I do. And so I figured, let me bring it back. And then also for me, like, I think the motivation bringing it back was, like I said earlier, when I'm high, I'm a little bit more vulnerable. Getting that out has been therapeutic, even though it's like, I think, well, I have a theory. I don't think we ever really get over stuff. I think we just get less hurt by it. You know, I don't think we necessarily truly, there's just certain stuff. You know, your first relationship, you know, on average, you know, for some people that's even elementary school or middle school, depending on if y'all count that or not. For me, middle school, yes. Elementary, it depends, because I don't know, y'all. Y'all talking about 50-50 on the bills, but I bought Lee a ring in first grade. I bought her a nice little green ring. Let me start, that bitch was from the bookstore. But still. So at any rate, I don't want to sell myself short on the content that I could make, worrying about algorithms and stuff, especially as a Black creator. Like, that's got to be draining. I know for the ones that have made it, you know, kudos to them, and, you know, I wish them, you know, a lot of prosperity and success. But, you know, it's just different when you're a Black creator, the stuff you have to go through, the stuff you have to deal with, especially when you know the behind the scenes stuff of it. And you know, when I first came here, I didn't even really have a clear goal. I just, you know, said, you know, I have things on my mind. And when I say here, I mean YouTube in general. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a clear goal of what I want to do. I didn't have a trajectory. And maybe that would have made things better, you know. But for me, I'm just a multifaceted person. Some days I'm going to talk about this. Some days I'm going to talk about that. I have half a mind to, I don't want to say what the idea is yet, but I think about starting this second channel. And it has nothing to do with political conversation, nothing to do with gender wars, none of that crap. Like, it's just, it's very simple. And, you know, I'm thinking, going back and forth about doing that. But, because this, you know, these conversations, you know, they get daunting at times, especially when you're having them with people who don't want to change. So, at any rate, with that being said, I didn't want to sell myself short, though, on the content that I could produce. So, with that being said, we're back into season 2. Y'all, I don't know if I was wilding or not. Peach nectar, blue agave, vodka, and ice. I'm a bartender now. For those who are listening, I was pointing to my cup and listening to ingredients. I don't know about this. I'm always making I don't know about this drinks when I'm high. I don't understand this shit. At any rate, let's go ahead and get to the point of the video or a podcast. So I want to start off light and kind of do like a circle of the moment, or not circle of the moment, but a circle back moment. You know, as we started off talking about Pretty Little Liars. So I wanted to do a continuation of that because, for one, pop culture is very liked, and especially in comparison to some of the other content that I've done. Also, I just been like really like I was watching season 5 the other day and I was like, beach. And this is where it just tanked. God. Oh my God. Like I just wanted so much better for the story that we were first introduced into. Like I said I think I said in one of the podcast episodes, the community that Pretty Little Liars created is the best part of it to me. Like the anxiousness every Tuesday night, all that shit. But at any rate, with that being said, I've been dwelling on the show lately and I have it on my mind quite a bit. Or let's say had it on my mind in the last few months. And I usually don't rewatch shows, but every once in a while I'll turn on episode 4 when they find out Allison's alive or whatever the hell. So at any rate, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's been on my mind a bit. And then also, I think that was it. Yeah, just it's been on my mind a bit, and this article showed up, and for whatever reason, I saved it. So when shit like that happens, I'm like, well, maybe you're supposed to talk about it. So at any rate, here we go. With that being said, all right, so we're discussing the 43 weird, no good, I think they meant not good, very bad things that happened during Pretty Little Liars Halloween episodes. So I'm gonna kind of like say yay or nay and then kind of list why I think so. I think that's the best way to do this. And since they said 43, this may end up being a part 2. We shall see. All right. So the first thing they list is Allison, the worst babysitter of all, scars a life, or a child for life with a Halloween story. Okay, so to be fair, Hannah was the one babysitting. I mean, this scene could have actually, I will say yay or nay on this scene. It could have been either or. I think it was pivotal to show us the ruthlessness that Allison has within. Because I think a lot of people will spar with their peers. But a lot of people have a soft spot when it comes to children. And then there's other people who say fuck them kids and they mean it. So, you know, not saying they're right. I'm just saying there's a whole nother side. So at any rate, yay or nay. All right, number 2, Allison receives her first text message from A. It's the first text message anyone receives on the show, chronologically speaking, and Allison receives it in the Halloween store. It reads, "I'm watching you." Okay, so A never signed off on that message. I don't know if A signed off on "It's my turn to torture you" either, though. Or I guess we should say Mona. But we also had to be, here's the plot twist, though. Melissa was also contacting her, too, about Ian. So, and, wait. Okay, so we hadn't seen Ian and Spencer fight yet. This show could have done better with the chronological order. Goddamn, like clearing up the timeline. Ooh, but at any rate. So we're not aware if Allison has saw them kissing yet. I'm not sure if that was a throwback or if that was in the Halloween episode. I don't think it was. I think this episode she was helping Spencer rig or she helped Spencer by rigging the valedictorian vote or whatever. So this wasn't when they were arguing. However, she was all up on Ian at the Halloween party, and Melissa like, you know, kind of grabbed, you know, she grabbed her mean. Yeah, she grabbed her mean. Let me stop. So anyway, Lotto, you know, I have my opinions on her. personally. But music-wise, she is definitely, not increased, improved. Shout out to Tiana Taylor. At any rate, I'm going back to what the hell I was saying. So she's definitely snatched. She's aware that him and Allison have some type of rapport that's less than appropriate. Which, by the way, the fact that Allison, quote unquote, stole her man being more problematic than the fact that Ian is messing with high school. Like, Melissa, go to hell. I know in the end you redeemed yourself with the Bethany shit and you was really protecting Spencer. That's why you was being so weird towards her and all this other shit. But, girl, go to hell. Young nigga was a predator. So anyway, Arya catches Byron and his student mistress Meredith making out in his car. That ended up being not integral so much in the A storyline, but it did give Arya some storyline in and of itself. Allison receiving her first text message. Yay, like that should have happened. I don't know why that's a weird thing to happen during the Halloween episode, but okay. This next one though, going back to that, it showed, again, I guess, to display Allison's ruthlessness to blackmail her friend. Slightly, she did toy with her, when the party happened. And then, later on we learned that she blackmailed Arya's dad with that. And I know Allison says she never would have did that, made that call. But back then, you might have. So anyway, I would say, yay. Again, not an integral part to the storyline, but this show has a lot of filler. So, A sends a disturbing voodoo doll at Allison's home. Excuse me, the one that says it's my turn to torture you. I'm saying yay. That wasn't weird to me. I like that part. And then Jason and Allison's a little cute, toxic brother-sister relationship was kind of cute. They're a little 1-2. Before she, opened the box and all that. Officer Weldon drops by the Marin household to continue flirting with Ashley. Nay, you are a predator, sir, and you're a shit cop. Ugh. This delightful weirdo stalks the liars as they're getting ready for Noel's Halloween party. Now this part, again, realize sometimes you be driving good on the straight road, but when you hit them curves, like how some people curve and they go like perpendicularly, parallelly, whichever one. Not I just made that word up, but you get what I'm saying. They go in the lane the whole time. Pretty Little Liars don't do that. They turn left and then like merge lanes as they turning. That's how they was driving the show, and that's why I fucked up. I'm sorry, I got to say it. Royally, collectively, you got some good moments, don't get me wrong. Cinema art. Like Allison's wig. Shit. Why? That's how you know Sasha Paterse deserves a motherfucking Oscar, Emmy, all that shit. Because the fact that this wig was on her head and she was still that chick, that's. Alrighty. But the timeline, going back to that. So Allison says it's that creep that was at our house. Well, actually, no, I guess that's kind of explained. She said that's the creep that was at our house. I guess he and Noel just ended up having the same suit. I always thought that was, well, no, it was real at the end. It was Lucas. So that's weird too, because like they make it look like Lucas worked with Mona, but that was him in the first thing. I'm so confused. I don't even know, child. This girl got enemies out the ass. Allison blackmails Arya with the information regarding Byron's cheating. I mean, I'm gonna say yay because I'm saying pivotal to Allison's character arc, but it's also pivotal to the end of the episode. Like anybody that hasn't noticed, Allison was orchestrating this whole thing, you know, just to fuck with them. Like, yeah, at the end she said, you know, I know if I ever really need you, with Allison getting threats and stuff, would she want to test her friend's loyalty? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, this girl was a sociopath. She was playing a game. She was bored. Like, she constructed this whole thing. That's why even if you notice when they're talking and Noah pulls up in the car with his friends, and then he drives off and she says, it's just a party. And then the girls say, it's a Noah Khan party or whatever. And she's like, you're right. And I'm glad that you guys will be there. She's putting it on like she's endearing and she had this plan from the jump. So it's like, we kind of needed this to happen. But at any rate, I don't know if that was clear. Allison and Jenna show up in the same costume party and exchange a few heated words about it. That's when I saw Allison in a different light. Because I was like, you know what? This girl showed you up and you would still invite her into the popular crowd. Not saying that, you know, I endorse cliques and stuff like that. But it gave me a different perspective on it. If you would like to hear the rest of this podcast, please check me out on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other podcasting platforms. Thank you for listening.